Are you still separated? Male from the female, female from the male? In the real world, yes. Yes, there still is a gender.
Actually, I spent my 20s separated from the girls. I think it was just shyness and all.
All right. We're going to need some suggestions from you guys. We're going to just ask for some stuff and get it, and we're going to incorporate that into our show while our musician is warming up, too. We're all warming up. All right, Luce, can we do a wave? Can we start a wave here in the front? All right, front row on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3, wave! Yeah. All right, I need a wave with reflection in the back. So we're starting at the back, and it's going to come back. It's going to reflect at the back and come back to the front. Okay, I'm going to time it. I need the frequency. Come on. Front again. 1, 2, 3, go! It's going to come back. All right. That is the time delay elastic wave. We'll name that the Brazil effect right now. Already.
Write that down, Dr. Trollstra.
He's not here. Some of these are all. Just substitute.
Dr. Chen? No. Dr. Lou?
Dr. Lou! All right, we're going to get this show started. One more time.
What will be the first round?
You cannot be serious. Rule of OSSM, do not make fun of the teacher in front of the teacher, make fun of them in front of other teachers.
It is homage.
I love it.
We are two twins in parallel.
Oh, God. I invented infinite power while I was here. The Dr. Trollstra, the E&M teacher, took me up to the front desk of the class. He said, Clint, you should call the Nobel Committee. You've invented infinite energy. And I looked at it, and it was like a bar with a current running through it. There's a magnetic field, and as the bar went, it went faster and faster toward infinity. And he's like, I switched the sign on the integral. He's like, oh, well, I better cancel that call.
We won and lost a Nobel Prize. The importance of checking your work.
We stayed up many nights, gosh, memories. Oh, but the show!
Can we do a rap about OSSM for him first?
You guys probably don't even have Facebook here. You probably don't even know. Let's rap about the world that you do know, this microcosm that is everything for 2 years.
All right, so, Zach.
Give us some suggestions, pepper us with
Yeah,
some...
what's the fastest of your experience here? Dr. Robin? Basically, what we'll do. Please send us a fact.
What about some of the living experience? What about ride-ups, thank you. The lights out. Segregation. I don't know if they're not teaching history anymore. Alright, so write-ups, recent.
What else? How about the food? Has it gotten better?
You look healthy. Alright.
What else? Social relationships? No, not so much.
Is there a dance? Is there a Valentine's Day? Like with the cake and the dance of the dead. Alright, and there's still Saturday morning tests, right? Yeah. Alright. We'll remember the rest. Thank you for filling this in. Awesome, start to blossom like a flower from the ground.
characters or situations that show up in your dreams after you've spent all your days studying and working and thinking and talking. Something that you could possibly repeat here. What's that? Aliens? Specifically, what kind of alien? I heard Lady Gaga, zombies. A pig man? A pig man with a spear. What was he wearing? Oh, so over here, your dreams. So what are some things that you've noticed that happen in dreams that don't happen anywhere else? Like in your dreams specifically, I mean stuff that has happened to you. Math tests happen in your dreams. Something that doesn't happen in waking life as well? You guys are passing. They make you maintain a C average or a better, right? Of course you're passing. We don't have the box still. Alright, so I got zombies, I got Lady Gaga, I got pig man with a spear wearing nothing. I need a little bit more from my side. A little bit more. Raise your hand if you've fallen asleep while taking notes. Okay, you there in the blue, what did you find written? Like, have you ever tried to decipher what you wrote? It's really hard to figure out. Did anybody find something that wasn't what they should have been taking down? A secret message, perhaps? Right back there.
Hey, Ty, stand up and tell him.
A walrus that looks like a samurai.
I knew it! I brought you together like the Da Vinci Code. It would have traveled in my Tom Hanks like mine. All right, that took the same miles. Hold on. All right,
All right, a pig man with a spear reminds me of Ganon from The Legend of Zelda.
reminds me of Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. The zombies remind me of at the end of a Shakespeare play, everybody dies, but if they all came back to life as zombies, it'd be a comedy.
That reminds me of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
A walrus with a samurai sword reminds me of Harry Carey, which a walrus would have to do with his own tusks.
Harry Carey reminds me of the Chicago Cubs. Some of these kids get that.
I like Pig Man with a sword.
The walrus and the pig remind me of Lewis Carroll and Allegory, which reminds me of abstract algebra, because Lewis Carroll is a mathematician.
All right. Yeah. Lewis Carroll reminds me of Through the Looking Glass.
Looking Glass reminds me of submarine glass, like the Alvin.
Nice. The Alvin. In the trench.
Symbols and images, what do they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. Symbols and images, what do they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. Alvin, a robot, proceeds to the depths. He's all the way down there, as he hefts. Under immense pressures, too high to calculate. He's there to measure, get data, recalculate. If he blows up there, he'll possibly be embarrassed, cause he knows that the situation is published on Paris. Deep into the ocean, got the oceanic vents. You can see where life came from and to where the life has gone. Hits through the looking glass. On a voyage we will take you. I'm not lying. Let the truth wake. Your eyes awake. Now they're bleeding. You're blind. Where the truth is, that's where you will find. Symbols and images. What do they mean? You're in luck, everybody. It's the dream machine. In the middle of math class, you know what I mean. Everybody, it's the dream machine. Hit the dent, hit the shoulder, pump it up, a little older, hit the eye, hit the weekend, and I think I just might make it. The eyes pry open, use it to think, and I'm hoping that I'm not getting called on. Oh no, I just got called on. Western Civ, I'm catching every other word. I'm nodding off, I can't be sure of what I've heard, but in this message, a walrus with a sword. Is the truth out there to get me? It's more than I can afford. Symbols and images, what can they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. Symbols and images, what do they mean? Luck, everybody, it's the dream machine.
mighty tusks. Oh, Ibrotsu, Master Samurai. Yes. Fushugi-sama. Hey, do you not admire my massive tusks? From afar, I've composed you a haiku. Please, grace me with a haiku, and perhaps I will meet your challenge. Emperor Yoza, your tusks are mighty as light. I burn inside them. Hi! Oh! Perhaps I will haiku as well. And so put off my death sentence another round of perhaps. If the audience assembled judges your haiku superior, then you shall live another day. Will you judge, citizens of the court? Are you thirsty for his blood? Oh, the royal court has brought lax. See how they sit back, not sitting in the traditional style. No, they are learning. What is to be the subject of my haiku? It is well. 8 a.m. English class. So much reading to do. I have not read it. Was his superior? Was mine? Yes. Then see, Fushigi-sama, you shall die. By the time I heard your third syllable, Emperor Gosu, I began oiling the blade that would take my head. Very well.
Peter?
Yeah.
I wanted to speak to you.
Do I have to speak to you back?
Yeah, HR sent you a memo.
They sent me a memo, but it was on my lunch break, so it doesn't count that I read it.
Well, whether or not you're on your lunch break, you can't run around the lunchroom without clothes on. And you were wielding a spear.
Like, when the guy sold it to me, I swear it was a halberd. I was going for Spartan.
I can see that. I can see
No,
that.
because I went to this workshop about uniting the two parts of my brain before test-taking activities, and you gotta move, and I didn't want to be normal. I wanted to wake up, so I just took off all my clothes.
Clearly you belong in research and development.
Yeah, no,
All right, I guess I'll give you one more chance.
Okay, you should see what I've been working on.
I absolutely want to see what you've been working on.
I made it while I was dreaming.
It's fairly large.
I wrote down the instructions. Oh gosh, I wrote down the instructions in lab. Oh, the page is dissolved.
Well, let's just turn it on. We don't need instructions. We're smart.
Oh my gosh! It's a TV! I made a TV that we can watch in the dorms!
Don't ever let a TV into the door.
When the TV is introduced to the dorms, suddenly everything changes. The language in all of the papers gets half as long and half as intelligent. A statistical analysis, which is run daily by Dr. Dodd in collaboration with the math department, proves this. The graphs are put up in a secret room, marking the movements of students to and from the hypothetical location of the TV.
There is a negative correlation between the Nielsen ratings and your ACT average.
Students begin dressing fashionably, while the smallest technical student still does not know what that is. And we'll never know what that is.
Let's hear that. Let's hear that.
Tuck your textbooks, see you later, tune on in, come on down, watch your IQ go down, turn on the boob tube, turn on the boob tube, the boob tube loves you, the boob tube wants you to be happy. Ding, ding, ding. I'm on the inside of the tube. In world news today, Hosni Mubarak going on American Idol. President Obama joins the cast of So You Think You Can Dance. And you know what? He can! Diane Reed from NPR releases an audio recording of the complete works of Shakespeare that takes 2 years to listen to. An army of walruses armed with medieval weaponry rampage through the school. Only those that have played first-person shooters or studied military history survive the first onslaught to plan what will become the resistance of humanity to the Walrus King. In that command room, one evening.
Okay, the walruses have spears, but infantry and tanks, it's like paper, rock, scissors. That is very good. Basically, the walruses have spears, but we have organic chemistry. I really haven't done a whole lot of my internship. You should have memorized your entire internship. I know, and I'm glad whenever they burned up the periodic tables, you were able to recite it from memory and that tattoo on your back. I have my own element of energy. What do you expect we're going to do? We're just a school. I mean, like, you're not going to reinvent NAFTA. That recipe was lost to even Archimedes. You mean Greek fire? Yeah? Basically, I have Greek fire. Secret to my excellent award-winning chili. We will use Greek fire, therefore, against the walruses. And they will sublimate into a gas when the electrons move from position. Eventually, they will dehybridize and become unstable. And then they will go to hell. Students, we're now soldiers. Please proceed to the gladiator room for required fighting. Dr. Lou will teach hand-to-hand. Dr. Dodd will teach you to heal wounds. Dr. Bushki will teach you to rock.
Oh, when our enemies come, we will cut them no slack. You are just gonna mount an awesome counterattack. With the faculty leading the charge, we will show them our brains and our actions are hard. Surely we will defeat the walrus horde with the sheer weight of our ACT score. Surely we will defeat the walrus horde with the sheer weight of our ACT score. Everybody shout and everybody holler. I'm the original rap master, merit scholar. We get into any
college, so much knowledge, so much knowledge.
As I D under the SAEU, and I finished a couple pieces of homework for you on the ride up, sitting on my desk. When I did this project, will I be a pest in attack? At the break of dawn, the game is on. There wasn't an AP test that I didn't get a 5 on. You can't stop me, I can't be slowed down, because I own this town. I'm awesome, awesome, awesome. It's an awesome counterattack, and that's a fact. I'm awesome, awesome, awesome. It's an awesome counterattack. We got chemistry, physics, biology. I dig it. We got chemistry, astronomy, biophysics, agronomy. So we lay out the plans on the tile in the auditorium. No one will ever see what is coming to them. We have a mascot, it is a pig with a speed and planes on the wall. It says, I wanna be awesome, awesome. It's an awesome counterattack, and that's a fact. It's awesome, awesome, awesome counterattack, and that's a fact. I lead the battle, yo, hear me shout. We could defeat them if only it wasn't lights out. 8 p.m. We'll fight on tomorrow. Live another day, live another day, live another day. We'll fight on tomorrow, gonna live another day.
Look into the telescope, Tycho. I made a divot so your nose can fit. Are you sure I gotta do this now? I really gotta go to the bathroom. Nah, you'll be fine. I guess none of the audience is as prescient as we are about the unfortunate fate of Tycho Brahe. We'll see it in a minute. Oh wow, by my golden nose. I do see lights. Well, but the spacing of those lights. I see 4 lights. Ah, you should see 5. There's the sphere, we've heard the tetrahedron, the dodecahedron. But you don't see that the spacing of the planets is the 5 perfect solids as espoused by Plato? But you've only got 6 planets, Kepler. Psycho, I think. Anyway, with a deep burning passion. I'm burning down this library. You can't burn down the library at Alexandria. That's where all the cool stuff. They've invented the internet here. No, it will be lost to time until Albert finds it again. I know. You can't burn down the internet of Alexandria. These Greek fire matches, they'll do the trick. No, I should stop you somehow. Ah, yes, my first edition Archimedes screw. That simple machine will stop me. I've got a lever as well. If you stand at the top of that inclined plane, assuming static friction equals 0 into approximately a sphere, I can hit you over the wall. Just assume that I'm a sphere to simplify the calculus. You are getting portly, Kepler. I hate you, Tycho. I got into Stanford. I don't care. Well, Stanford was my safety school for Harvard, which I also got into. I didn't have to study that hard. I'm just that guy. And I'm glad that guy's my roommate. I'm sorry, you know, I know there are less girls than guys here, but I just had to date 2 junior girls at once. Can that be done? You know that can't be done. You get written up for that. I know, but write-ups don't stick to me. I'm like the Al Capone of this place. Well, I'll tell you what school I got into. What? It can't be better than Harvard or Stanford. Way better than Harvard or Stanford. I'll give you a second to think of a name. Tsinghua. Oh, what? You know, Harvard is the Tsinghua of America. You're going to China? Yeah. Okay. They train more engineers. But you've been taking Russian all your time. I know. Just fit. Now that Russia has a pack of secret bomb-sniffing half-jackal dogs that will change the nuclear game forever. This is true. Russia has what again? Of genetically modified, bred, half jackal, half dogs, who smell is better than any bloodhound.
To spell what?
Nuclear material, bomb material. That's why I'm going to China. Start World War IV. After you start World War III. Well, yeah. That's why I'm laughing. You won't even finish Harvard before this whole world melts around you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you'll be mutated into a walrus before you know it.
No, I mean, America is still growing strong.
As he tosses.
I mean, even with grade inflation and degree mills and crippling amounts of student debt, we're still doing strong. I mean, we've spit ourselves into an incredible debt hole, and our social programs are crumbling, and so is our infrastructure. But we're going to be strong. We're more divided by gridlock and partisan politics than ever before, but we are strong. We've laid off half our workforce as our elite, and the gap between rich and poor goes wider and wider, but we are still strong. People aren't even vaccinating their children anymore, yet we are strong.
People can't be confused by celebrity spokespeople. You have a good dictator in the helm.
Did Miley Cyrus tell you that?
Oh yeah, have you been talking to my new girlfriend?
You kids take our pop icons too.
She's on loan. She's too expensive.
I think we need to sing about this World War III, World War IV thing.
Albert Einstein said if World War III is fought with nuclear weapons, World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Nah, we'll probably go to swords.
This place will go to swords.
Yeah, there's a lounge. It's a shack in the middle of the Oklahoma plain.
With the last working iPod of the apocalypse. Last iPod.
The last iPod's on repeat. All the people are out of the seats. There's three-legged dogs in the street. To hear the music is oh so sweet.
Muted ladies dancing in the corner. Don't worry, we got an alarm for radiation warnings. And the party goes all night, cause with the ashes that glow, it's always bright.
Fall out, catch it on your tongue. Eat it out now when you're healthy and young. Sing a couple songs that haven't been sung. Do things with an extra limb that it can't be done.
My DNA code is changing, social orders are rearranging. Thank God I got a Wi-Fi connection. You're gonna need an evolutionary correction.
Step up to the Geiger counter, pull a double helix. Zip it back, now you're partially Felix. Cat, I see you in the darkness of hotness. Oh, I love this new future.
Like to dig into the code, I think I'm pretty slick. I'm like a post-apocalyptic Watson and Crick. Cause that's the way I roll. Cause when things start, they just happen to flow. The last iPod
of the apocalypse is on repeat.
The last iPod of the apocalypse is on repeat.
What songs are on the last iPod of the apocalypse? Well, you'll be sad to know.
Paparazzi, Poker Face, I am the walrus. This playlist is probably infinite. If it's not on there, I wish I'd invented it. Pretty soon, the battery will run out. That's when all the fun will run out. What we gonna do without that music? We'll probably get a crew. We'll probably abuse our freedoms. Pretty soon making bombs again. And then we'll do it all again. Yeah, we'll do it all again.
But for right now, the last iPod of the apocalypse is on repeat.
Yeah. It's on repeat. It's all good. The last iPod, and it's 80 gig of the apocalypse is on repeat.
With a touch screen, you gotta get a 5-year-old to operate and see what I mean.
Sweet music, I could drink it. Even a 5-year-old could probably sneaking. What? You just deleted the whole iTunes?
You can't plug it into the last computer.
What? They're not compatible. My Windows and iTunes are not compatible. Windows 7, what's up with that? The last iPod of the apocalypse. I broke it. I broke it. I broke it.
You broke it! You broke it! I didn't mean to! I just worked out the mathematical equations that describe flirting and asked the girl to dance! Is that a factorial? Because I was getting... No, you're working down the wrong tree! Did you use Taylor series? Of course I used Taylor series! The terms got smaller and smaller until I finally got down to hi, my name is. Did you ever think of asking me? Oh, you went to Harvard, I went to Twinprov. Just a regular post-apocalyptic girl with an extra leg and two wounds. I have two wounds. We make our own. I know, that's why I like you. There's got more features than a Honda Fit. Than a next-gen Prius. And I have amazing gas mileage. Oh, they miss octane in the water. I miss your water. Can you hear it? I hear music even without the iPod. And I don't mean soon. Probably those drop-on antennas they fitted us with right before the war to keep track of us whenever those ID cards finally failed. We'll be tracked all over the world, beeping and spawning, forming into clans. We have to set out. We have to go. We have to take our show on the road. We shouldn't stay here in a pile. We should be gone for a while. We have to set out. We have to go. We have to take this show on the road.
We have to set out. We have to go. We have to take the show on the road. Look at all the different dreams in the corners of your notebook. Check it twice, wake up, go to sleep, take a look. They're in the margins like the solution to Fermat's theorem. We'll build a new society, new propriety. We'll have new standards of, I don't know, sobriety. We'll build a new place. It will be cool, but the one thing it needs is a brand new school. You see where this is going? We have to build another one. You see where this is going? But will another one be half as much fun as awesome, 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 awesome? Leader in the post-apocalyptic era, awesome, awesome. Rising from the ashes like a phoenix. In the middle of the plane, an engineered bunker rises on huge mechanical legs made out of straws and nachos. 100 computer labs with ultra-fast ping rates rise with it. A battalion of hacker ninja sorcerers, formerly in the junior class, with their heads literally in the cloud, wage war against the melting walrus apocalypse. We have to build one. When we do it, there will be a new one. We have to build it, a new awesome. From there, humanity's future will blossom. We can only hope that their rule will be generous and benevolent, and that their haikus will obey the 575 rule. We can only hope that they have read the student handbook, and that they keep it next to their hearts. We can only hope that they're not hopelessly addicted to caffeine or Farm Bill. We have to build another one. Awesome iPod, awesome 80 gig. Leader in the post-apocalyptic era. Awesome iPod, awesome. Not soon. Leading the fight against the walrus people. Awesome. Hit the trick. Exactly. Thank you guys. in case you're wondering. Symbols and images, what do they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. Symbols and images, what do they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. From the distant past to the distant future, there has been a rift. Twinprov is the suture. Knowledge lubricates all of our flows. We're not like the other guys, we're faster than those. Twin helix, it's the double DNA. It got entwined into your mind, and that's why you're crazy today. Twin helix, X-ray crystallography. No, please no, flash photography. Yo, I got no need of the TNA. I got radioactive walrus DNA. Watch out for my samurai, it means you're gonna die. Don't sit there and cry, cause I tell you no lies. Symbols and images, what do they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. Symbols and images, what do they mean? You're in luck, everybody, it's the dream machine. Thank you, Twinprov. Yeah! Musician Saxon! Good crackle! Thank you, Dr. Guy. Thank you for having us. We know you will all proceed immediately to check in following Kate.
Not bad, huh? You can come and ask questions, or you can go and have cake, whatever you desire. There. It's over. Go back to the dorm.
Yeah, we've got actually we have 14 minutes by my count.
Yeah.
We might even have time for an encore. What are you guys thinking? Is that cool? I got still got 7:30. Yeah, we'll take a couple questions and we'll do another song.
My name is Jess Oliver from Holmesville.
Yes.
With all of your other classmates like wanting to be lawyers and doctors and engineers, like what made y'all want to do this?
We wanted to be scientists and engineers too. I still got my math degree. Taking a single idea and pushing it as far as you can go from a single assumption is kind of a mathematical thing, and it just kind of parallel. We're still Buck's getting a psychology degree.
Right now we are teaching and directing and building new shows. So I mean, if you put the parts as people, we're still building little machines and watching them run around. Some people laugh at them.
Yeah. So some people really know what they're doing, and some people have a good idea and taking something and going with it is probably one of the best things that we ever did. This was like a hobby that turned into a part-time gig that's turning into a full-time gig, and yeah, just commitment and energy and anything. I mean, we use a lot of analysis. We did improvised Shakespeare last week with Oklahoma Shakespeare in the Park, with actors who've been doing Shakespeare their whole lives, and we had to break down the language and the grammar and the dialect, and then reconstruct it on the fly. It's a cool process. I mean, right now there's a computer on Jeopardy breaking down human language and solving answers. This is it. More questions? Other questions? Yes.
My name is Judy from Stillwater.
I have heard of you. Yes.
Who is your favorite teacher here, and what's your most memorable experience?
So many favorites. The ones that work you hard are the ones that love you. Because that hasn't happened elsewhere in Oklahoma. In lots of places. So you'll thank them for that.
Probably nothing you ever do will be as difficult. Let's see. Okay. Dr. Dell's description of a cell in biochemistry was was interesting. My favorite moment. I don't know. Favorite we had.
Professor Turpin, Professor William Turpin, Bill Turpin, is no longer with us. He was really wonderful because he could he filled us full of Arab civilization and Middle Eastern history at a time when it wasn't really on anybody's radar, and now it's what the whole world is about. But more than that, he could give things and throw in a little layer of sarcasm that made us question almost everything that he said, which is good because we sought to find out, sought to ask him, like, we have to go think, does that make any sense? And so I'm glad it's that.
I had lots of favorite teachers. They're all my favorite in their own particular
took a number theory class, and I don't know why I took number theory, because I wasn't great at the numbers thing. It really broke me. And I struggled until I finally figured out how to use my graphing calculator to solve the final. But I did things here that I never thought I could do. I didn't know F equals MA when I showed up here, and people were like, "Oh, that's basic," and I'm like, "I am from the sticks. I've never heard of that. Like, I'm from the 14th century or something." So I caught up, and here we are. Let's do another song. I think one last question.
What's the most trouble you guys ever got in?
Our unbesmirchable names will be saintly forever. Go out and be a success, and maybe Gleason will tell you.
All right, what do we want to do this one about? Something on your minds every day.
PDA!
They will not let us do a PDA now. I can guarantee you that. Besides that.
We heard Harry Potter, we have a Harry Potter rap online, we can't do it better than that. Huh? That is not really inspiring. That's a children's cartoon. And although I love the original 152 and include Mewtwo in their ranks, I move on. Yes? What's something that's like fascinating, inspiring?
Yeah.
Play-Doh! Yes! Huh? Play-Doh in space.
Play-Doh in space.
Take it. Let's percolate on that. Play-Doh, non-toxic, green, dries out, space, a vacuum, low pressure, blows out. On a deeper level, space is really rainy. When you get inside it, you find I'm quite brainy. In the interstellar voice, there are monkey balls that are quite annoying. They come here in a cloud of comets, like so much extraterrestrial vomit, onto your planet, bringing water and organisms. Panspermia! That's a manifold. Watch how I fold it. Check out all the Play-Doh I just once sold it. I can shape it in the form of a brain. Move it in a rotating black hole. Charged or not, these are particles. Check out my published all peer-reviewed articles. That's from me, Play-Doh. Space is empty, yet it has formed from the place where the universe was born. 14 billion years, was that enough? Out there in the interstellar spaces, it's tough. Yeah, that was you. That was you. Right now, there's a project running right now. 500. Right now, there's a project full of people. Take a bunch of people and put them in a bunker. 500 days, can they last expedition? Mars will be the digital mission, simulating conditions on a spaceship. Wondering if the crazy or they go flip. Right now, they're probably eating Play-Doh, though. Their minds were the first thing to go. Wanna be an awesome physics hero? Find a way to find absolute zero. Doesn't matter, we'll soon go negative. You'll get respect, but you'll all be dead again. Play-Doh, space, non-toxic, explosive, low pressure, a vacuum, non-toxic. Play-Doh, space, non-toxic, a vacuum, like pressure, no atmosphere. These two ideas have never been combined. Worst encore ever. And that proves that we didn't write any of this, because sometimes you fall off. Thank you, you guys have been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. Enjoy your cake.
If you want to find out about us and watch stuff online, go to okcimprov.com or twinprov.com, and you can find shows and things.
On your summer vacations or spring break or any other approved exodus, feel free to visit our OKC Improv Showcase, where we do wonderful things from all over the state and the region, including things like improvised Shakespeare. We have wonderful erudite and small pockets of improv where anything can happen. So, no more questions. We thank you and good night.
Let's have cake!